I'm gonna check here. Boy, that's what your government say for people could live on for a month. Right now I have $7 left. Come by the station any 4 to 7, right here on Abercrombie Street. Between 4 and 7. Alright. Nice woman, so you know. Big up. Good afternoon. Come to you. Good 20 man. Good afternoon, young lady. Good. Oh, good.
In the real world, you are in the cusp of being a choke and rob artist. Because any normal Trinidadian in that situation would now have the makings of a petty thief who will turn into a criminal. Once you make 1 or 2 jail and you meet the real tests, you will come that.
It have plenty hustle out there. It have washing car. It have picking up bottle. It have sweeping in front of people's business place. It have cleaning drain. It have all kind of hustle out there.
This is
legal normal hustle.
Okay.
That you could swing through St. James or wherever any night, and as you see a businessman cleaning up, and you negotiate, and you just come there every night at a certain time, and you just sweep in front of the place, and he just give you a little something. Friday after Juma in front, all must just give money to people who can't see their way.
Sunday morning, St. Johnson, they fall at 12 to
Exactly.
give a lunch.
And you have to know which square to go for food, because there's a different
All
square.
that
They have food and pastry.
Let me tell you
Have
something.
money.
All that work all you're giving me, I feel.
No, you're here understand.
You
Sorry.
understand? Hush.
Yeah, true.
It have ways to eat. It have ways to make money legally. You have 12 days. I feel if you stop now, then you ain't do what you set out to do. And I don't
What
think
you
it's...
set out to do?
He said he going and make a 30 days on a 666. That's what he set out to do.
Yeah.
Well, that is why I tell you, you're on your own, because my position was, it is not possible. And if you make it possible, you have the PNM feeling that people 666 safe.
From where I sit, what's important in this for me is for Anil to try and do it. I feel the big thing coming out of this, should Anil make the 31 days, is his understanding and his perspective of lower income people. Yes.
No, but that is
And
not...
I feel that's a big victory in
No,
this
but
for
that,
Anil.
yeah, but no, but that's not what he set out to do.
No.
He set out to prove that it cannot be done. And if by the 19th the money done, it cannot be done. Why you behave yourself and go back driving the blasted Jaguar?
He cannot prove that it cannot be done. He could only prove that he can't do it. He cannot prove, I should say, that people who have to live there resort to crime. He can't prove that people who live there have to resort to not educating themselves because it are programs, it are different things going on. It could only prove that he can't do it
No,
and
but,
raise his
but I didn't only want, I agree with that.
perception.
But I wanted also to effect debate, because the other 1.2 million people who not living there didn't know that those people exist, or that around there that people live. So, you know, people still can't believe. So a lot of discussion. As I'm even walking down the street now,
We
there's a
have
change over the 18
been
days.
trying to find people who live in at that amount,
Can't
talk
find
with
it.
them to balance it. So I went by my brethren who's squatting on a hillside, who I know things real rough with him. You know, he's eat meat maybe once a week and thing. He making 700 a fortnight. 700 a fortnight and squatting on a hillside. I bounce up a lady with some children,
But we
4
got-
children, and thing real hard for this woman. She making 9 and 7, $1,500 a month.
Your original focus was to prove that it is not possible. You do not have to prove to yourself nor people at that salary that you could find ways to hustle to go to the end of the month. I am saying that the money done, which is what you set out to prove.
But could I do it in one day?
Yes.
Could I spend the money in
No,
one
I
day?
tried to see if I could make it. You
to see if
know.
we could make it. Therefore, any attempt,
I'd force myself to, I starved myself to see if I could make it.
the attempt is the point. At
But
best,
I thought he set out to
make a month
a month
on that salary.
On that salary.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
will reach.
If it is that you want to give up.
No, your mother.
If it is that,
Errol, don't be
you
mad.
are accepting failure.
At all.
If it is that you have no creative ways to make 12 days.
Errol, you win. Errol, you win the debate. Errol, you win.
That which you have said.
Errol, you win.
Then stop.
Errol, you win.
And I end my
Errol, you win.
Stop.
Errol win.
No.
I go make it. He may understand what he
Balls to do it, you could stop.
Boy, Balls. My middle name is Balls, boy.
No, if it is
Balones, boy.
creativity
You mad?
to fill
No.
in the 12 days, you could
Errol
stop.
win.
No, Errol cannot win.
Errol win.
That is not what you're saying to do.
And we in Parliament, Errol.
I thought he set out to make a month.
Yeah.
66.
Errol know exactly how to motivate me. He win.
First of all,
Wait, look at this man now.
First of all, let me apologize.
But you have no shame, man. But you're a wicked man now.
Let me apologize for my tardiness. I was hungry. I had to go and get something to eat, but I didn't eat since lunchtime. I was hungry.
So the only time and place you could find to eat is right here in this studio at this time.
But Annalie invited me onto the program.
First time I understand what
I had to go
sharpening
and
the
get
chops
something.
mean.
Look, the man sharpening the chops.
First time I understand what that means.
Yeah, but sharpening the chops. I had to go and get something.
I don't understand what it means.
So how you going, Fabio? I ain't seen that one.
I could eat.
Nice man. You eat?
I eat.
I know, but I need to go real hungry.
Hey.
Annalie, you eat? Annalie, you hungry? So Clifford, where you yeah, $9. I will give you a sushi roll for $9.
For how much?
$9.
Yeah, take out the sushi and just eat the roll.
$9, one sushi roll. How much money are they?
Nah, eight.
No,
boy.
if you're
Eight?
owing them, you have to pay me.
No. Watch this in Mirage. You
No,
know,
but I need
working
4
on
to
credit.
go down, my guy.
I know working on credit. So
Go
anyway,
to the phone lines, but
Oh,
Clifford
yeah,
Lemon, I
yeah,
think
yeah,
you're
yeah.
rather, you are cruel. I thought you was a fella, you are insensitive.
You eat?
I thought you like people, you know, and you are a nice fella and so on.
You eat?
that is why I'm here.
Yes, but
You know, I make sure I buy my food and I come here. Can I eat it? Do I buy it?
go to the phone line. You see? Good afternoon.
Listen to me, Mr. Spawn. I am making the point. To whom were you addressing this activity? And that is the problem. The problem is you
It
were
was
saying...
multi-pronged. It was
Well, not multi-pronged.
First of all, the people of Trinidad
If you're
and
going to
Tobago.
665, you are saying that this is the minimum wage or the poverty line. After 20 years, it go from 645 to 665.
Yeah.
It is
625 to
625 to 665. Take 40 years in 20 years. $40 in 20 years. I am saying you were going to prove to all and sundry that that is a ridiculous figure. That cannot be done.
One, that is ridiculous, and two, to sensitize the population that when the government boasting about reducing poverty to 16.7%, this is the kind of misinformation, it's manipulation of statistics. The poverty line, that's the misery line. We have called that, Zach called that the vagrant line.
If you want to prove that it can't be done, I don't think a blind man could see that this can't be done. He didn't
Correct.
want to start to do this. He could,
anybody
could realize, looking at
No.
the cost
My
of living and
It
point
can't
is,
be done.
my point is that there is a
Correct.
there is a, we now have proof that you could do certain things and it could go up to that time. This is not factoring, squatting,
Electricity,
light,
water,
phone, all these things.
child.
No, I am saying, if you reach here and the money done, it is not possible for it to be done, and you have gone through the thing, you have scroungs and stretch and all that. I am not, you not going and do now to walk out ways to go to the end a month to help a man who had that salary.
The only thing I would
You
say
only gonna
is
make it look
that
like
I
you
agree
pay
with
them
Errol,
rent.
that I say I was
to
going
make it-
31 days, I'm going
You cannot
31
go 31 days, you have $8, why you a hush?
I think the people who have that money after 19 days, after 19 days they do dead.
No, but
After
that,
19 days, the man
that
who
is-
making 665 don't fall down dead.
that is not
and
the
then
point.
wake up again
That
the
is,
next month.
that
to
is,
get
that
money.
is, that is
Can
not
it go
the,
through?
that is not the point. The point is, the man after 19 days does go to supplemental from his 665. That is not what we had to prove. We didn't know that.
Well, Errol and Sprang on Power 102 today
had a great debate. You know, Errol say you had to finish off what you do, you know. And he said that it started off trying to show that, you know, you go stretch the money and see how far it go work, and therefore, even though all the money and all the food is done now, we'll have $3 more, right? But by tomorrow morning on the 20th, no more food, no more money. Errol said we had to finish up the last 11 days. Sprangalang was of the view, you know, that, hey, you tried, it finished. You can't, if you make it, you prove the government wrong. I tend to agree with Errol because everybody knows that it's impossible, it's insane to even suggest that people are living on $665 a month or less, especially 167,000 people. This is not Haiti. This is a land of milk and honey. This is land and the milk and the honey does not belong to those in power. It belongs to the people. And people like you and me, Crazy, we don't really need no big set of help from the government. All we want is safety and opportunities for our children and so on. That's it, nice health service. But the people who need the help, the people on the lower income, the poorer people need the help. Give them the help. We're building all these things. Why the priority is so wrong? Yes, Dr. Emery Brown boasting 20,000 people have smart card, but 167,000 people living on 665 or less. You're 147,000 short to start with. Then what about the people on 1,000 a month, 1,400, 1,800, 2,000, 3,000 with 4 children, 4,000, can't make ends meet? The government is there to see about people. People first. People. So I decided I had to continue. I continue and I don't know what I'm going to do. Within the next 2 days, I think I could fast for 2 days and walk to work and so on. By the 3rd or 4th day, I may have to do something to earn a little money. But for right now, I'm finishing it off. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I will tell you in the next 2 days. When I get ready for Spoke Olympics, I'm going to psych up myself. Energy, not feeling too well. But anyway.